Dual sight streams both front and rear cameras at the same time, requiring extraordinary processing power and pushing every part of the system. This demands a bespoke solution. The Qualcomm Snapdragon 835 mobile platform provides the power without compromising battery life. An ultra-wide cooling pipe dissipates any system heat, and a graphite shield spreads it across the full body of the phone, keeping your Nokia 8 cool and sustaining maximum performance.
That bullshit.
Whoa. Get out of here. So you can see nice and smooth here. When it comes to the frame rate.
So a screen protector is always a good idea. The home button is down at the bottom of the phone and holds its own against my razor blade. No damage or scratches are done to the surface of the button, so it'll last quite a long while. Sliding up at the top of the phone, we get the 13 megapixel front-facing camera, protected under that same Gorilla Glass 5 of the front screen, so no damage happening here. Then we have the earpiece. It has a thin nylon covering underneath that glass, but even after it's been damaged and punctured, it won't pull out from the phone. So if for whatever reason you get it dirty with makeup or dirt, just be gentle to not puncture it while getting the gunk out. Now the back of the phone is using anodized 6000 series aluminum, which isn't as solid as the 7000 series in recent iPhones. But it's not always about the quality of the metal. The construction and the shape has a lot to do with how the metal holds up. The scratching keys initially leave a mark, but it rubs away. The Nokia 8 has a dual camera setup on the back, but it's one of those monochrome sensor deals instead of a zoom lens like on the Note 8, or a wide-angle lens like on the LG V30. So it just depends on what kind of pictures you need in your life. Either way, both lenses are protected by glass, so they won't be scratched or damaged easily like a plastic lens would. Nokia did use a plastic lens on their Nokia 3 this year, so I'm glad they avoided that with this flagship. The sides of the phone are completely metal. Up at the top though, next to the essential headphone jack, we get a plastic antenna band. And I am actually a really big fan of this design, because the plastic wraps around past the corners. Corners are most likely to impact the ground first during a drop, and it's nice to have a forgiving and absorbing material sitting there. The side buttons are made from metal, and then down at the bottom with the USB-C charging port, we have another string of plastic wrapping around each of the corners on the base. Taking a lighter to the phone is as useful as ever. The stock background just so happens to be an iceberg. Setting the impending doom and global warming jokes aside, this phone does claim to be IP54 water resistant, which basically means nothing. Light rain probably won't do damage to your phone, but any shallow puddle, sink, or toilet will kill your phone. The 1440p IPS display lasted 10 seconds under my flame. With an IPS LCD, the pixels come back to life after I remove the heat. Let's hope it's an allegory that the ice caps will do that in real life as we transition to more environmentally friendly energy sources, to say for sure. Like I mentioned before, Nokia used that 6000 series aluminum on this phone, and the ultimate test of durability will show us if that was a good idea or not. Flexing from the front shows hardly any movement in the body of the phone. Even flipping the phone around and pressing from the back almost had zero effect. The shape of the 6000 series aluminum inside the Nokia 8 is more than enough to stand the test of time. This is a very solidly built and durable phone. Nokia's legacy continues with some of the most well-built phones of this year.
And it's built to be tough, with a Gorilla Glass 5 display and a sculpted aluminum unibody design. Nokia is proud to point out that it's moved the antenna bands to the top and bottom of the device to ensure a clean and uninterrupted design. And while you're at it, superior reception. It's also very thin, from 7.3 millimeters to 4.6 millimeters at its thinnest point. It may not be the most flashy of flagship phones, but it packs a punch. The standout feature of the Nokia 8 is its dual cameras, which is co-engineered with optics expert Zeiss. Neither are they wide-angle or zoom lens shooters. One camera shoots black and white photos, the other in color. But the magic that they promise is called image fusion. It all happens in the background, so that if necessary, the Nokia 8 will sometimes even combine multiple shots to produce awesome, even better low-light photos. Here are some photo samples. This photo we took inside a room with only minimal lighting. The Nokia 8 was designed with content creators in mind. Book and YouTube, there's also a partnership with Ozo Audio for hi-fi surround sound capture. From video mode, all you have to do is click here to switch between audio recording modes.
The biggest change here is perhaps the camera app. Here are the highlights. You can shoot color monochroma with both cameras to get better low-light images. There's support for a dual-site mode, and once you sign in with your Facebook and YouTube accounts, you can live stream using both cameras at once. Surprisingly, there is support for 4K videos via the front camera too. Sadly, no 1080p 60 FPS though.
Giving you the same 13-megapixel Zeiss camera up front, provide the best experience to users. It comes with a pretty impressive spec sheet that can match other flagships in the market today. One thing we really like about Nokia phones is its pure Android experience. There is no custom Nokia skin over Android, so what you get is the user experience Google intended for its users. The Nokia 8 runs Android 7.1.1 Nougat out of the box, but with Android O on the horizon, they promise to be one of the first to provide an update. The phone is available in blue, steel, copper, and this bluish black model.